In this video, we will talk about the steps for creating a modified geographic coordinate system to apply to a file. And this may be used if on that certain project that you have, it has a custom projection factor applied. So we will show you the steps on how to create that. Now, if you've never created a user-defined coordinate system, the first thing that you will need to do is actually copy a file to a certain location, which I will show you right now. But like I said, you only have to do this the very first time after this file's been created. You won't have to do this step anymore unless you would possibly get a new computer or if they had to wipe out your user profile or something like that. So to do this, what we need to do is make sure we're out of MicroStation or OpenRoads Designer and then go to Windows Explorer, and we're going to go ahead and go to the C drive. So we'll expand it out and we will go to Program Files, Bentley, OpenRoads Designer Connect Edition, OpenRoads Designer, and to this folder right here that says GeoCoordinate Data. And underneath there's a file called seed.dty. Go ahead and right click over it and do a copy. Where we want to copy this file to is underneath C, Users, and then open up your user ID. And underneath there, we will go ahead and right click and paste it in that location. So now we have that DTY file copied to that location. And it has to be copied to this location because in our configuration file, that's where it's looking for it at. Now, after you have this set, we need to go ahead and rename this DTY file. So go ahead and right click over it and do a rename. And go ahead and name it what your user profile is. So like for example, mine is Green C4. So I'll go ahead and name it Green C4. Hit enter to lock it in, and now I have that file created. And basically all this file is the placeholder for whenever you create custom geographic coordinate systems. It basically stores it in this one file right here. But like I said, once you create this one time, you won't have to do it again unless you get a new computer or they have to rebuild your user profile. So now we can go back into ProjectWise. Now we can go ahead and open up our plan sheet. Now if we go to our coordinate system tools and we go to the option that says from library, we should see underneath here a user-defined coordinate system folder like what we have right here. So now what we can do is come in here and create our custom coordinate system. So what we need to know first is what base system that they used for this. So if you live in the east zone, it's probably going to be the east zone, or if you're in the central, of course it'd be the central, and west it would be the west. And you just have to ask your surveyor what system that they used or what they based it off of in order to create your custom one that you're doing. I know for this one here it was based off the central zone. So for this one right here, this is the base one that they used, and then I will actually go through there and apply that factor that the surveyor used for this particular project. So if I right click over it, it's going to give me the option to copy it. And then I will go down to my user defined coordinate systems and I will right click over it and paste it. This other one that's in there, that LLL84, I don't need it, so I can delete it from my library by simply right clicking over it and do delete from library. Now the one that I copied, which is this one right here, now I need to go in there and make the edits to it. So if I right click over it, there's an option that says edit coordinate system properties. Here's where you would go in here and edit those properties. So the first thing that I will do is edit the name of it. And normally I just remove the copy and put in the job number. So I'll just put in J5P3181 and leave the rest as is. But you can kind of name it however you wish. The next one that we need to change is the projection. I will click on it, click on the down arrow, and let's select the one that says transverse Mercator with affine processor. Then what we need to do is apply that projection factor to it. And the parameters that you will put it in is in affine A1 and affine B2. So in affine A1, I will type in that factor, which is 1.00009860. Next thing that I will do is put that in B number 2. Normally I just go through there and right click over it and do a copy, and then swipe through the B2 parameter and right click over and do a paste. Or you can type it in. And then I will click to some other field, and now I will have the option to go ahead and click on OK to apply those edits. And now you'll see that if you select it, you'll see that it will have those parameters assigned to it. So now if I'm ready to actually assign this custom coordinate system that I created to this file, all I would need to do is go ahead and click on OK. And now you will see that this custom coordinate system that you created is applied to this file. And whenever you go to other files with this project, or even any other file, whenever you click on this From Library from now on, you will see underneath your user-defined coordinate system, you're going to see that custom one that you created. So you can apply it to multiple files if you wish to do that. So those are the steps of creating a custom coordinate system and applying it to a file for that project.